minutes ago I took delivery of another piece of fabric, and it's an eBay purchase, and I think it's absolutely lovely. So I thought you might like to see it. Hello everybody, Micheline from Micheline Makes here again. This is the second time I've filmed this. I'm just about to start putting a vlog together. I've filmed it before on my proper camera, went to put it in here and I can't find those. I mustn't have recorded. I thought I could have sworn it said record, but seemingly I haven't. So I've got to try and remember exactly what I said to you before. Haven't been on for 2 weeks, I think it's 2 weeks, because we've been looking after the granddaughters last week, and we're starting to get a bit of nice weather, and because we're starting to get a bit of nice weather, we wanted to go out, and we took the granddaughters. We decided to rejoin Beamish Museum, which is a living, is it a living museum, something like that, where buildings that were going to be removed from towns, they demolish them and they rebuild them in this Beamish open air museum, so that you can see how the colliery used to be and how an old school used to be like, how the old shops used to be in Victorian times, and it's really nice. And they had opened, they're just busy building and finishing off the 50s section, the 1950s section. So we thought, oh, it'd be quite nice to go and see that. But when we got there last weekend with the granddaughters, it was Newcastle University's science weekend, and in all these various places they were doing kind of things. One where it was a smell test, one was where it was identifying sugars, a taste test, and another one was where they showed you an experiment where adding chemicals changed the colours, and it was really good. The girls enjoyed it. And so because we had paid for a membership, an annual membership, when it came to I think about 2 or 3 days later, after the girls had gone back home, it was a lovely day, and his lordship said, let's go back again and we'll go and have a look at the 1950s section, because we hadn't had a chance to do that. But we got there and we thought it was just a little bit. We could see something was being built and we couldn't find a way in. And then instead, when we were due to go back, we got on the tram, and the tram takes you that way to the entrance. And I said, instead of going that way, let's get the tram that takes you right the way around past the 50s section. And as we were going right the way around, here we found that right the way around past the curve of the bend was the entrance to the 50s section. So we'll have to go back and see that again, and see what it's like. I think it's supposed to be very, very good. So we went to that, and then the other day was a nice day again. We decided to go to another one of our favourite haunts, which was an English heritage one, which is if you're ever going down the A19 towards York, it is Mount Grace Priory. We love it. We just love it. We'll go and wander around. We know the history of it, but we'll go and we'll have a wander around, and then we sit on one of the benches. They've got loads of seats, and we sit on one of the seats and just watch the world go by. You know, kind of listen to the birds, look at the flowers, look at the countryside, and just enjoy, have a little chat and discuss things and see a plane go over, and it was really nice. And so we did that. But I have also been sewing, and what have I been sewing? Well, I've been sewing quite a lot of things, and apologies if this is a bit disjointed, because as I say, I've had to put this beginning vlog on, I've had to redo the beginning, and I've got other bits. I might have different clothes on, I'm not sure. I have changed since I videoed the first bit, but what have I been making? Well, what was the first thing I mentioned to you about? The first thing I mentioned was a dress. I made a blue dress, and I made it actually in January, I think it was, but I forgot to show you it. It's a blue dress made from some ribbing that I had, like a t-shirty type ribbing, navy blue. I made it from this pattern, which is the New Look 6435. I don't know if it's in print still, but I've shown you it several times. The one I do is the green one, And basically when I lay the pattern out on the paper, I try to get it as long as I can without having to add any pieces. And I might have to put a little bit of a fold in on it to make sure it goes right to the edge of the selvages. But I do try to make it go as long as I can because I want to make it into a dress. And fortunately, I am only 5'1". So because I'm 5'1", I can get away with it. And it actually goes down to just below my calf. And so the navy blue one I made with that, I was very pleased with that. I've just noticed they do leggings. I might do some leggings because I've got some stretched fabric. I could make some leggings. And I think I used about 3 meters of fabric for it. 3 meters of fabric, and it turns out lovely. So that was the navy blue one. And I haven't even worn it yet. And I haven't tried, I think I tried it on. Got my trousers on. But this is that same top that is a short top, and I've just extended the skirt to make it longer. And it's so quick to make and so really comfortable to wear. Now this is some blue ribbed, don't know if you can see, blue ribbed fabric that I had. Decluttering again, blue ribbed, hasn't got pockets. I wish I could put pockets in, but that's not a problem. Then do you remember I made this dress? I made this dress in a crimpling, it was like a textured jersey, polyester jersey that I was going to sell on my eBay shop, and then I changed my mind and I made this dress. Well, it's a highish waist because I wanted to make it slightly high, and I made it the green dress, and I'll tell you about it in a second. I'll show you a picture of it. And then I decided, I had some purple, and I decided to make it again. And it turned out lovely, except that when I first made it, I thought, typical me, never read the instructions, because the reason why I don't read instructions is because years ago I did a fashion design course. It was a 3-year course, and basically you design your own patterns. You start from what do you want to make. So if suppose I would draw that kind of thing, I'll have to show you I came across my my coursework the other week, and I'll have to show you it. But basically, in your head you've got a design, and you design it on paper, and then you create your pattern from your measurements. You create your pattern, and then you create the garment, and you've got to learn how to assemble it. So there's no instructions because you designed it. You've got to learn how to assemble it. So I don't really read instructions because of that. But when I put it together, the second one, the purple one, I was thinking, well, it's very baggy round the back. It was kind of bagging just round that bit there. It was bagging. That bit was bagging, and then I realised I hadn't put those darts in on the bodice. So I then cut the waistband in half because I'd overlocked it, and I thought, I'm not going to unpick it, I'll just cut it. And then I put my darts in, added the skirt, and it looked a lot better, and this is what the purple dress looked like. Do you remember when I made this dress? Well, I made another one in purple. This was a Lacala. It was a Lacala design that I did to my own measurements, and I love making dresses to my own measurements because they fit so much better. So this was Lacala dress, and I enjoyed making this. So then I decided to make another shirt. Now I made this shirt in January actually, and I never got around to showing you it, and it's actually made, I'll tell you about it in the video, but it's made from some tablecloth. I think I bought the tablecloth material. I think I bought it as a tablecloth, intending, I like the pattern, and I thought, oh, I'm sure I could make something with it. So this is what I made. This is it. I've got it with trousers again. Put my sleeves down so you can see I've got a shirt on underneath, and I don't know whether to put buttons on or not, but I just liked this idea. I thought it was lovely. Oh, I've just noticed I've actually made it. I've got a seam here and a seam here because I didn't have enough. The fabric didn't make enough. Now, yes, I've got the seam here, a seam there, and a seam there. Just using little patches to try and use up what I could to get the shirt out of it. So that was one that I made there. Another one I've just made was some fabric that I bought just towards the end of last year, and I made a similar shirt, and I'll show you what this looks like. And the pattern that I used was McCall's M77472. I've made several of these. I made a lovely, the long one that I make, and of course for me it goes down there because she's probably about 5'8". Add 8 inches on, mine tends to go a bit longer. And I don't shorten it because I like a longer shirt when it's long length. And I'd originally made this in a teal crepe de chine. And then I made it in a really bold floral. Which I still have. I don't know what I want to say. Had the haircut, and so I'm quite pleased with that. I've been banging on at his lordship, he needs his haircut, and every other day I keep saying, do you want me to cut your hair? And he keeps saying, yeah, well, do you want me to do it now? No, later. So then it gets forgotten about, and then the next day I said, do you want me to cut your hair? Yeah. Do you want me to do it now? No, I'll do it later. Well, when later comes, I'll then say to him, do you want me to do your hair? No. Do it tomorrow. So it's gone on for 2 weeks and his hair is getting wild, and so I just decided, in fact, he has this habit of pushing his hair up like that when he's sometimes sitting. When it gets long, he goes like that and he pushes it all up, and because his hair is often it gets greasy very quickly. It sits up, and there was one night we had the little light on, and he was sat. I got up and I looked across at him and I thought, what does he look like? So I said, who are you trying to imitate? And I could see who he was trying to imitate, and I thought he looked like the Grinch. so I took a picture of him, and I kind of adapted it a bit and darkened it and made him look Grinchified. And then I thought, right, I'm good. And then I videoed him. I said, can I just video you with your hair like that? So I videoed him, and this is what I put together, this little video like this. I think you'll enjoy it.
Hate, 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 double hate, loathe entirely.
What film have you come out of?
I was off.
Oh my gosh!
The navy blue one is one of my favourite go-to patterns. New Look 6435. Let's get the light on it. It's this one. I've shown you it several times. Basically that one there, where I've made it longer. I've basically put the pattern on and tried to make it as long as I could so that it went, and being only 5'1", it goes quite long for me. I like a long dress. But that is an absolutely beautiful, I love this. It's a quick make. I can make it in probably about an hour and a half. So I do like using up fabric for that one. The shirt that I did, the one that was made from the tablecloth, and the flowery one, the turquoisey bluey flowery one, that was from McCall's M7472. Basically that one. I've loved making that. I think that's about 4 or 5 makes I've made with that. The only thing I'd like is to change the collar, and that's an easy thing to do, and I never really, every time I cut it out I keep thinking I must make the collar not so deep, because it's a very deep collar and I'd like to make it a slightly shorter one, and it's just a matter of changing the collar shape. So I should try that one time. Then I made, what else did I make? Where can I find it? Well, you know that I made the Paola jacket. I haven't made any more of those. I make one in this. I like this. This is like a purple tropical pattern. It's a canvas. I bought this the same time as the other ones. Doesn't have a name on it. It's from Pound Fabrics. And I bought this a couple of years ago, or last year. I can't remember when it was. But this, I think this will make a lovely jacket, and because I've got grey hair, I think it will look nice with the grey hair. And so I've got some fabric. I've got 2 lots of fabric. Well, I bought 2 lots. One was on eBay, and it hasn't arrived yet, so I'll show you that in the next one. But this one, this was a guilty pleasure, because I was looking at Instagram. You know, you get the little shorts, the little stories on Instagram. Well, Tamlin at First for Fabrics came on, showing us some fabric that she was showing the fabrics, and this one just popped out, and I thought, I've got to get that. I've got to get that, because that's my kind of colour. And I got it. It came the other day, and his lordship took it off the postman. Whenever I get a parcel, he throws it down, and I said, is that trying to tell me something? He says, another package of fabric. He says, I thought you were stopping by. And I said, yeah, but I just had to get this one. And I'll show you, it's still wrapped up. It's still in the packet, so I'll take it out to let you see. Undo it a bit. And it comes nicely wrapped up with a ribbon that can go in my bin. And on the other side it says, Micheline, thank you so much for your lovely order. Great choice, happy sewing, Tamlin. And this is the one that I bought. Isn't this, oh, it's just my kind of fabric. Let me just tilt you up so you can see a bit better. There. And I'll stand back, move the chair out of the way. I can see a lovely, it's jersey. It's a beautiful jersey, summery colours, but I do like my black. Well, it's actually it's a navy blue, and I can see this as a lovely dress, one of my favourite drapey dresses. I just could see that. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. So I got 3 meters of this, and I can't remember how much it was. There's no price there. I think it was. Don't quote me on this. I'll put the price up if I find it. I think it might. I don't know. I think it might have been about £8 a metre or something. But I just had to get it. It's a jersey. It's a fine jersey, like a t-shirt cotton. Very fine with a white backing. And I just it looks lovely. The pattern is so gorgeous. It's my kind of colours. And that was immediately, I just had to get it. It was my kind of colours, and I just thought, right, I've got to make something out of that. I'm steadily working my way through the fabrics. Some I'm selling, not a great deal. I haven't listed much. I keep saying to his lordship, I must start listing some stuff, but I haven't got round to doing it. And they also tie with a lovely piece of tape. First for Fabrics tape. I've got to find a use for that. Oh, you could use it for doing bunting, couldn't you? The top of the bunting. You'd be, if you could do it, you'd do it like that so that they wouldn't really see the letters. Or the other way, you could do it that way, and then they wouldn't really see the letters. If you can see, do it that way. Anyway, I have that I bought that, and there's another, as I say, there's another one on its way. Hopefully this has put together a nice little vlog for you, and hopefully I'll get back to you ASAP. Not over the Easter weekend because we have the grandchildren, and maybe it's next week. I'm going to try and get one in. Can't promise, but we'll see. So I'm going to love you and leave you and catch you next time. Bye. Just a few minutes ago I took delivery of another piece of fabric. And it's an eBay purchase, and I think it's absolutely lovely. So I thought you might like to see it. It's 3 meters of cotton jersey, again, cotton jersey, to make a lovely drapey dress. And this is it. It's an orange with roses. I think that's going to be an absolutely wonderful dress. One of my favourite dresses. Let's see, get you over there, so you can see it better. It looks red there, but this is a bright orange. This is, let's see if I can get it. Will it show? It's not showing as an orange, but it is a lovely orange. It's a beautiful bright orange. And these are a creamy with little orange centres. Really, really nice. And I think that will look absolutely wonderful when it's put together as a dress. So watch this space.